Combat Night!
You got a lot more weight classes in Muay Thai and in kickboxing, but it seems in Florida, like everyone just goes by MMA weight classes.
Stuart Maddock, excuse me, JoJo, Alford in the blue corner, Brian Paul in the red. This will be 3 2-minute rounds. And they get right after it.
Right to it.
Paul Antonelli establishing control.
These guys are not wasting time here.
I think JoJo's been kicked in the balls in every single fight he's had. You gotta wonder sometimes when you're stuck on the fence under that much pressure and you choose to go for the inside low kick and it just happens to be a little high. Ooh.
Good boxing here from JoJo.
He's getting a little wild in there. He likes throwing, but when he was starting off with the straight shots to get inside, he had a lot more success. When he's throwing these big overhands, there's just too much space.
This fight is getting chippy.
Yep.
Nice.
Bryan wanted to be out here as the big man, and JoJo didn't particularly care. He got right in his face and started throwing hands with him. That can shake the mentality of a competitor. Oh, I'm just gonna steamroll this guy, I'm big. And then he gets right in your face. That could, like, wait, I'm the big guy here, you know? It can have you thinking messed up.
Yeah, when your game plan doesn't work.
He really is quite a bit bigger.
Yeah.
Mixing it up, go body to the head. Woo. Clean shots landing.
Yeah. JoJo's done a very good job of not getting hit with Bryan's punches. He's having good success with his leg kicks, but I guess you give the kicking advantage to Bryan here and the punching advantage to JoJo. But JoJo's also not really trying to kick much at all. That knee was super high.
You know, in this
Those are
size,
landing heavy.
Yep. Oh, these guys are both landing clean. The size advantage could be a factor in the clinch.
It's definitely a factor in the clinch. When you got some weight on him, and again, I don't know what JoJo weighed in at, but Bryan looks a good 10 pounds, maybe more bigger. And if he's hanging on you in the clinch, you're carrying your weight plus the majority of his weight. And then the knees that are coming with it, it's definitely taxing.
Yeah, so, you know, Paul is 5-1. He's a little bit experienced in kickboxing. You know, JoJo, he has a boxing experience, but I think, you know, it's not going to, you know, just boxing is not going to get him to win against an experienced guy like this.
He would have to hurt Bryan.
Yeah.
And if he can't, then he's going to, just based on rules, if you do not use the knees, if you do not use the legs, no matter how well you box him up, unless you knock him down, the guy using 2 tools to your 1 tool is going to win the round because they're utilizing the scoring structure.
Yeah, I think JoJo has to mix it up here. Maybe throw some kicks at the end of his combos. This fight is chippy, man. These guys are fighting like they don't like each other.
I mean, legitimate call. Bryan kicked JoJo in the nuts in the first round. He kneed him in the face without a call, and then he kneed him in the crotch again. JoJo's throwing hands like an MMA fight. He does not want to engage in the long range. He wants immediate pressure. He wants to put it in a hand base, and he wants to keep it ugly.
Man, and Bryan's landing some hard shots. Yeah. Donaldson's telling JoJo to get right back in his face.
He has to. And hanging your hand in a kick-based sport is stupid. Don't do it.
Oh, man.
JoJo's showing some wear. He's looking a little tired here, guys.
Yeah, this is a grueling fight. Not sure where that landed.
Another shot low.
We got some blood too on Bryan's head.
Oh no.
Was that a low blow or was that a body
Oh,
shot?
there's a body shot.
He's giving him an 8
Let it go.
count. He gave him an 8 count.
Who's bleeding?
It looks like Bryan is on his.
That's the third
Left
nut
side.
shot from Bryan in 2 rounds.
Listen to me. I can't fucking move. Do you want to continue? Yes. All right, stand up. I don't want to. You cannot. Listen to me. You're not doing nothing here for you. Calm down. Yes. I want you to win this. I want him to win this. Let's work. Hey, we'll give him this. Go back. He got hit in the nuts. Give him back. I'm not calling a nut shot. Sit over here. What'd you stop it for? We can see it. I'm not calling you. Move.
Interesting.
Very.
I'll tell you, all this drama makes for an interesting fight.
Definitely does. But when we get emotions involved in fights, we tend to burn off the gas a little too fast because you want to hurt somebody, you want to inflict damage on somebody. And it's not sporting anymore. It's not a calculated process. It becomes an emotional, revenge-based endeavor.
Well, there's always kicking him back in the nuts.
Right. But then we run into the, hey, you did that on purpose, and
Right.
I think you did it on
Then your
purpose because
point.
you're mad that it's already been done, and I'm going to penalize you for trying to call me out early, and it becomes this thing,
Yeah.
and it's never good.
Yeah, it's like in football, like at the end of the play, the guy will shove one guy, and then the person who reacts will get flagged.
Yeah.
Sorry for the football reference, everybody.
Fool's ball. You play fool's ball?
I was too small, that's why I got into fighting.
I just straight up wasn't allowed. Also, I really liked cookies.
Oh, man.
That should help
Who doesn't?
football.
Yeah, I refuse to admit that I was fat enough to be a lineman in high school. In high school. Now I will admit that I was.
Antonelli reestablishing control. Touch of the gloves from these guys. They're fighting hard.
I was hoping
They
for
are.
a flying drop kick.
That wouldn't surprise me.
I mean, sometimes you just got to go for it. Big shots
Man.
by JoJo on
Yeah.
Bryan Paul.
Nice
Huge
uppercut.
uppercut. Landed on him. That boxing dip is going to bite him in the ass one day. It was almost just right now.
High. And he came up in high in that clinch.
Bryan is taking a beating right now. I couldn't tell if he got rocked and stumbled or was just a little tired.
Maybe a little bit of both, I think. Oh, this is not where JoJo wants to be. Nice.
Big right hand by
Oh, my
JoJo.
gosh.
I think he emptied the tank.
Yeah.
I think he's got to stay out the clinch if he wants to win this fight. These guys are exhausted.
And rightfully so. There's been a ton of output here. Good
Yeah.
body shot by Bryan Paul. JoJo is hurting.
Oh, man.
Oh, I thought
Short,
Bryan was
short
about to go
time.
down off that shot.
Both.
Don't turn your back.
Totally
You
turned
can't-
around.
He's got to break those boxing habits. Dipping down, turning the back. Very, very dangerous.
JoJo
kicking
left
in
it all in
MMA
there.
sports. He gave everything he had. he had Bryan in trouble at multiple occasions. But, man, I think that size difference really played a huge toll on him in that first and early second round, let alone the 3+ nut shots. But honestly, it's hard to recover from one good nut shot. How do you recover from 3+?
Yeah, that's what he was saying. We could hear him saying, like, I can't breathe.
Yeah. Do you want to fight? I want to not get kicked in the nuts all the time.
Yeah.
That's not what I asked you. Like,
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard. For your winner by unanimous decision, out of the red corner, Bryan Killa.